This is Out of the Box with your host, Jonathan Clark. Out of the Box, Sunday nights at 9 on Q1043.
Welcome back. It is Jonathan Clark in the studio with one of my favorite bands in the world. They are Blackberry Smoke. The new album, is Find a Light. I'm holding it up here. And actually, very prolific. A new EP out, coming out in October called The Southern Ground Sessions. And they are headlining Irving Plaza in New York City tonight and tomorrow night, September 7th and 8th. And also, like a cutting room thing. You're doing something at the cutting room tomorrow night, Saturday night. What is that, Charlie?
That is...
Get a little closer to that mic there.
Alan Paul. You know Alan.
Oh, yes.
He's going to host that and ask us questions, and it's for Guitar World. And it's an acoustic performance and Q&A.
Oh, nice. And tickets available for the Irving Plaza shows and the cutting room shows. Yeah. So we've got the whole band here. We got Charlie, Paul, Brandon, and the Freight Train rhythm section known as Britt and Richard. Thank you, guys.
Like a freight train.
Like a freight train.
Print 'em up.
Congrats on making another fantastic album. Is this the fun part, taking these songs out on the road and out of the studio?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, how long were you guys in the studio for Find a Light?
A couple of weeks.
Couple weeks. Okay, so that's not bad. I mean, it wasn't like a 6-month,
We don't have that luxury.
Right. Yeah, it does get expensive after a while.
Yeah.
So the new EP you have coming out, it's songs from this album, but sort of rearranged or unplugged or...
Unplugged. The goal was when we went in to record those songs, the acoustic versions of those songs, we were just going to get video. At Zach Brown's Southern Ground studio in Nashville, which is beautiful.
Right.
And we wanted some good video content, but we wanted to play like a living room type version of these songs with our buddies, with our friends, with Oliver Wood and Amanda Shires and Benji Shanks. And I don't think anybody even was really thinking about how good it sounded. It was really like, hey, well, let's just do this, and it's something cool to do.
Right.
And before we knew it, the audio engineers, they just threw up mics in the room, and before we knew it, they were like, oh my God, dude, this sounds great. So it was going to be 2 songs, and it turned into 6.
Right.
So
that's a nice little pleasant surprise to have.
It was a happy accident.
There's a Tom Petty cover on on the EP. What song is that?
You Got Lucky.
Ah, the spacey Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I remember the video with like the flying saucers and stuff,
Totally. How that was powerful imagery when we were kids.
Yeah.
But that song, is very synth driven. But if you take the synth away, it's a perfect song. Sorry, Ben Montench, I don't mean that your synth is not perfect, but what a beautiful song underneath that 80s production.
Yeah. Had you crossed paths with Tom at all over the years?
Never.
Yeah.
As audience members.
Oh yeah. So, same here. Was that the Southern Ground studio? Was that the studio recorded this album, the new album, Find a Light in as well, or no?
No, we recorded,
totally different studio.
Yeah, we recorded Find a Light in 2 studios in Atlanta.
Ah, okay. I know that and I think we may have spoken about this before, that your paths crossed with Bob Weir in a weird sort of, no pun intended, weird sort of bunch of events. You're on the tour bus, you're listening to Europe 72, and someone said, oh, I know Bob Weir, do you want to meet him or something like that? Well, tell us that story.
Yeah, it's a friend of ours that you basically just told it. He was on the bus, and he was like, "Are you guys like the Dead?" And we're like, "Well, of course." And he said, "I'm friends with Bob and his people, and he's got a studio in San Rafael, California, TRI Studios.
Yeah,
you should go up there because he has jams." And before we knew it,
kind of like the Levon Helm West Coast version, right?
Yeah, and so that's exactly what we did. But beforehand, Bob got very involved. I was really surprised. I don't know about anybody else.
I read that you didn't think he was going to even be there, maybe.
Yeah, not at all. But then he expressed interest in wanting to play with us and play some of our songs, and then
from like an Arrow or just like earlier stuff.
Before that, it was the Whippoorwill.
Okay, record. Right, yeah.
Because that's pretty old, actually. That DVD, the DVD with Bob.
Right.
It was streamed then from their website, from the website for his studio. And so the footage just lay dormant for years. And I think the studio, did it close? Or at least that part of it did. They didn't do live stream shows anymore. And we talked to our buddy, it's Bill Kreutzmann's son, Justin.
Oh,
who's a videographer.
Very talented, very talented.
Yeah, and he was like, hey, you know what? We should put this stuff together. We've got this footage. We were there for like 14 hours, playing music. Bob was tireless. It was like, geez, Bob Weir, give us a break. We're worn out.
Hey, go away. We didn't think you were going to be here, but will you please go away?
Yeah.
But no, he was great. And he, it was like, we did a bunch of Dead songs too.
I saw the video. I think what you did, Ramblin' Rose, Half Step, Mississippi, Uptown, Toodaloo. I don't know, any other Dead songs?
Well, we did like their version of Deep Ellum Blues and their version of Promised Land and their version of Big River, songs that Bob sang.
Yeah.
But then, at one point, Bob himself goes, can we do something besides Dead songs? And so we did a Little Feat song and a couple of band songs.
Oh, man.
A couple of traditional.
Well, I saw you guys. You guys were all smiling from ear to ear playing with Bob Weir, man. That must have been so much fun.
It was great.
This new album, like the last album, self-produced, I love the name of your record label, Three-Legged Records. Tell me the genesis of the Three-Legged Records name.
I have, when I was young, I got a tattoo of a three-legged rooster on my shoulder, and I'm not really sure why.
Youth.
Yeah. And
Man, I'm doing these legs pretty good. Put another one on there.
that's where, and I don't know. I think that's where it came from.
Oh, okay. How about a live song?
Yeah, sure.
Tell us the name of it, and then anything you want to tell us about it, and then just go for it.
This is called Run Away From It All, from our new album, Find a Light, and from our forthcoming acoustic EP, Southern Ground Sessions. Standing on the bridge, see the water keep flowing by. I flipped a quarter in the river, then I headed for the other side. I made the same wish that I always do. I'm just fool enough to think they ever come true. Came in like a lion, now I'm out like a lamb. They don't even know who I
right, live music from Blackberry Smoke here on Q1043's Out of the Box. From the new album, Find the Light, we got the whole band in the studio with us. I want to ask you guys, did you guys see the Skynyrd documentary on Showtime? What'd you think? It was If I Leave Here Tomorrow, right? Was the name of it? I watched it. I loved it. But what did you guys think?
Powerful.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a it's funny, you know, that story has been told so many times in books and documentaries and stuff. But with each telling, you pick up a little something new. Like, I don't know about you, but I never knew that Sweet Home Alabama was recorded before the first album came out.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
I didn't know that.
And that song is on what? The second
record.
The second record. Yeah. And they had just kind of like woodshedded in this place. I forget the name, what they called
Hell
it.
House.
Yeah. And I mean, you guys probably listened to all that stuff growing up and everything, but like I was really happy that somebody decided to do something sort of that in depth. I mean, I could have lasted another hour and a half as far as I'm concerned. It was so good. Blackberry Smoke is with us in the studio. You have some friends. Is it on this album? A couple of songs, I think. One of which comes here often. Robert Randolph. Yeah, he's a local boy, so he comes in here and shreds on his pedal steel every now and then. Who else is on this album? Sort of special guests.
Amanda Shires. She sang some harmony vocals on a song called "Let Me Down Easy," and she's fantastic. She's Jason Isbell's wife, and she has great records of her own. Her new record's fantastic.
Yeah, and she's a fiddle player too, right?
Yeah. And then the Wood Brothers, old label mates of ours, years ago on Zach Brown's label.
Yeah.
We were both on his label then and did some touring together. And they may be one of the greatest bands in the world. The Wood Brothers. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
But the two brothers, Oliver and Chris, they came and sang on one song, and
that's cool to bring in some people on these songs, right? I mean, I guess you probably really can't compare that to Greg Allman being on the last album.
Yeah.
But it's still cool when you have another voice kind of contributing to the songs that you write and you put it on the record. You guys want to do one more song for us?
Yeah. This one is called "Medicate My Mind."
I can relate.
Give me just a minute. I don't mean to be unkind. Even I got a limit. One problem at a time. Yeah, these hills are getting high. The way I'm going. Yeah, my wheels are all in line. All right. Just as long as I medicate my mind. Medicate my mind. Everybody in a hurry, head down the old track. Ain't gonna worry, let it roll right off of my back. Stranger to this world, but I keep on rolling. Life will try to put you out. Got to keep on glowing. All right, I'm the darkness reaching. I'm a spring that leads to unwind.
So nice. Blackberry Smoke playing live for us here on Q1043's Out of the Box. Everybody go out and get this new album. Yeah. Everybody on Facebook, look, Find a Light, Blackberry Smoke, and a new EP coming out in October called the Southern Ground Sessions. And guys, thank you so much for stopping by, for driving all the way up from Atlanta overnight. I appreciate it. And we'll see you tonight at Irving Plaza.